rummaging through my luggage looking for money. And what I think this whole setup was all about was trying to frame a FARA violation against me that I was under some sort of illicit surveillance for actually, I think, years leading up to and during my time on the Trump campaign.
That was former Trump foreign policy advisor George Papadopoulos speaking with me back in 2019 about what he called FBI entrapment after he received $10,000 while he was overseas. And then when he landed in America, FBI agents were there ready to search his luggage looking for money. We have been following these charges of entrapment and bad behavior by the FBI for so many years now. So we are back with Kash, Patel, and Devin Nunes. And Devin, you just talked about all of the times in the past that we saw bad behavior down to IRS, Lois Lerner. Tell me more about who's running things and who is ordering this search and seizure.
Well, the reason I wanted to run your viewers through kind of that history, because it's really important, because there's a few things in common. One thing is the Democrats are involved in this. They coordinate with the media. And like I said, these top-level Obama-Biden officials are now at the top echelons of this current White House and Department of Justice, and they're basically facing no scrutiny. And look, I don't have any, I'm not buddies with Merrick Garland. But, I was in Washington for a couple decades, and what you saw on Friday was very unusual. I mean, you had a sitting attorney general who shows up 3 days after the fact, right? So they ransack the president's home. They get all these boxes. Nobody knows what the hell's in it. President Trump says, look, let's release this warrant. And then, I'm not kidding you, and I urge people to go back and watch that. Isn't it strange that a sitting attorney general 3 days later shows up 45 minutes late for his own press conference that he called? The White House claims they don't know anything about it. He marches out there, gives a quick, complaining about the way DOJ and FBI are being treated, as if you're oblivious to everything that's happened the last decade. And then you go out and walk off stage. You exit stage left without taking any questions. When the first time in history, I mean, this is what's led to what I think a lot of Americans believe. It's not just they don't trust DOJ and the FBI and all the things that happened to George Papadopoulos and others. This is why you see America beginning to look like a banana republic, if it isn't already.
Yeah. Kash, you were working with the National Archives to get the proper documents out to the public about the Russia collusion lie. President Trump declassified batches of documents in October 2020 and then again in January 2021. How much of those documents were actually released to the public, and how much have we not seen, and how damaging is what we haven't seen? What can you tell us?
Fantastic question, Maria. Yes, President Trump named me his representative to the National Archives months ago, and we've been in a bureaucratic battle. As Devin and I have always said to you, we found whole sets of documents we needed out to the American public from Russiagate. We got out about 60%. That's why President Trump made it his mission to declassify and be transparent. In October of 2020, he issued a sweeping declassification order for every Russiagate document and every single Hillary Clinton document. Then on the way out of the White House, he issued further declassification orders, declassifying whole sets of documents. And this is a key fact that most Americans are missing. President Trump, as a sitting president, is a unilateral authority for declassification. He can literally stand over a set of documents and say, these are now declassified. And that is done with definitive action immediately. The fact that the bureaucrats at NARA, who referred, remember, the National Archives are the ones that referred this to the Department of Justice, but they, the same principle, failed to refer Hillary Clinton to the Department of Justice when they got their hands on the classified emails from those servers. And switching gears a little bit to the national security officials involved, me as a former national security prosecutor in the National Security Division where this case is being run out of, it's no surprise that the likes of John Carlin, who was the Assistant Attorney General for National Security, who authorized the Russiagate hoax to begin with, is now the number 3 official at DOJ. And Lisa Monaco is the number 2 official, who was his superior back then. These folks, and this is the thing I want to stress with, now that this is a quote-unquote ongoing FBI counterintelligence investigation, they will come out to the American public and be able to say, ongoing CI investigation. You will never be allowed to see the Russiagate docs or any other docs that President Trump lawfully declassified, and they will hide it from the public. And Congress has a monumental lift ahead of them. Come November, they better start subpoenaing these documents immediately and putting these people before the American public. Merrick Garland and FBI Director Chris Wray have failed in their mission to uphold the law. They have become political hucksters, and they are completely destroying our Constitution and putting on a two-tier system of justice.
So this is the point. They wanted those documents under lock and key. Devin, extraordinary that they convened a grand jury and are talking about espionage charges. Where is this going?
Yeah, I think that's another really important point that shouldn't be lost on the American people today, and that is that they convened a grand jury against a former president of the United States, and they went into the grand jury looking at the president for treason, as if he's and look, if that was the case, if he really was holding these documents, these so-called classified documents, we even heard, leaks of nuclear secrets that the president was holding. Look, that's preposterous. And if that was true, they should have immediately sent and made this public and sent FBI agents surround Mar-a-Lago if the nuclear secrets were really there. But the fact that they convened a grand jury, accuse a president, again, this is the second time. This never stopped. Remember back in 15 and 16 is when they started first saying that he was colluding with Russians, and Vladimir Putin and Republicans were all colluding with Russians. They went to a grand jury with that, Maria. So once again, this is a continued investigation of Trump and the Republican Party. It's basically an investigation in search of a crime. And then conveniently, they brought back the Mueller witch hunt argument that, oh my God, he's obstructing justice. Obstructing justice on what, you jerks? Stuff that you had planted on an investigation that you basically created out of whole cloth. And I think that's what we're dealing with. The American people need to pay attention to it, and Congress.
Wow. Unbelievable. And again, you mentioned Susan Rice, Jake Sullivan, Lisa Monaco, all of this, Kash, Patel, and Devin Nunes, as the Biden family relaxes at that $20 million estate in South Carolina. We are zeroing in on all of